The Oval. Welcome, guys. Join me in this review talking about the last episode and also what might come next. So, in the last episode, we saw that Richard, um, who is married to Nancy, was in the car with his son Barry, and they drove down to the pharmacy or the pharmacy store to pick up Sharon, or he wanted to see where Sharon is, and then he saw Sharon kissing the store owner's son, who's also her boss, and he went crazy and just crashed into the store, and his father got hurt, but Barry was so enraged and so angry and so focused on attacking the other guy that he didn't notice that his father was nearly dying and was hurt and injured badly. So it's Sharon that has to stop the guys, brawl and to call for help because clearly Richard was in pain and basically blacked out and didn't remember the rest. What happens is um, later on, Barry gets charged for, I think, I don't know if it was for attempted murder or for, crashing into his car into the store, but Barry is basically arrested, and Sharon is all over the place, not knowing really what to do, and basically stays with the other dude still because she loves Barry, but at the same time, she's developing feelings for the other guy as well. So here we have Kyle and Donald. Now that Donald came out of the closet and is, standing in his truth that he is gay, and Kyle is a psychological master. Kyle knew exactly how to play Donald. I mean, Donald could not keep his facade or his image up any longer, and Kyle used it. And Kyle is basically, I think, manipulating Donald more than Donald controls Kyle. These two have secrets that they exchange about the White House. Donald still has some feelings for his wife, Lily. I don't understand why Lily is still doing all of these things and staying with Donald in the first place because of all the disrespect that he's putting her through. But she kind of gets contact with this the other dude that she shot. I think his name is Bobby, and he's once in a while is as if he's always on the phone waiting for her call. They need to switch that up a little bit. It just seems too much on time. But she still follows Bobby's advice and stays with Donald in his house to continue to get information from him and Kyle so that she can use it against him, while Kyle and Donald are planning to control what's going on in the White House and basically, I think, wanting to control Hunter later on. Because as you all know, Hunter had Denise, which was his affair. His wife Victoria knew about it. Victoria tried to stop him from seeing Denise. Victoria tried to attack Denise, but she didn't kill Denise. So after, Denise was brought in by the Secret Service, Hunter and her was getting into the act. He went to the bathroom and da her head was cut off when he came back, and he got drugged and didn't remember. And Kyle was basically supposed to clean everything up, but that that fool forgot. He basically just turned the mattress, he flipped the mattress, leaving the big blood stain on it. And Victoria, when she went to bed, Hunter was already trying to keep everything down and trying to figure out if it's Victoria that killed her, but he found out that it wasn't Victoria. Victoria let her earring fall, and when she's grabbing it, she notices that there's blood on the carpet. She says to Hunter to stand up from the bed, and then she basically lifts up the mattress and she sees that big blood stains and asks Hunter what's going on. Hunter explains what happened. Victoria puts him an ultimatum that you are on your own this time. I've always covered your back, but this time, he has to figure it out. Well, Hunter is not really the brightest. Once again, we get to know that Victoria and Hunter really just married because of her parents. I wonder what her parents have against Hunter that is making him go through all this crazy situation, even the presidency that he obviously doesn't want. And Victoria, I think for her, is just to keep up the facade of that perfect, family that her mother basically forced her to do, and not having a daughter that gets pregnant by a bum. I think that was the main thing to build him up so that he can represent the family. But the both have a lot of people that Victoria said that invested into their whole career, that invested into their whole into them getting into the White House, and they have to pay these people back, and that's why Victoria is so focused on staying on the plan. Hunter, on the other hand, is mourning his mistress Denise, so he calls Kyle, and Kyle thinks that, oh my God, he's gonna be the closest companion to the president, and basically trying to take over Donald's position, but at the same time wanting to be with Donald. So it's quite messed up. But Hunter calls Kyle into the office and basically loses it because Kyle was supposed to handle everything, but Victoria found the evidence and Kyle tried to explain. So Hunter grabs glass or vase and slashes it over Kyle's head. Well, he basically bent down. If he hadn't, had that reaction, he would have got caught. But Hunter basically is super mad, angry. First of all, his mistress, who he obviously already had emotions for, and I would even say he loved her in some kind of way, is dead. And then you have Kyle, who's supposed to have his back, and Kyle doesn't do it. I still think Kyle's on his own mission. He's as corrupt as Eddie from If Loving You Is Wrong. If you watched that other series before it went to BT, it was on OWN TV. He's basically on his own mission, doing his own thing, trying to control and place, his foot everywhere, but he messed it up big time. And Hunter is really questioning his loyalty and his work ethics and everything. And I think Max is more equipped to be on Hunter's side than Kyle, because like I said, Kyle is just power play, just corrupt and just having his fun and trying to get on the good side and maybe also getting that raise. Yeah. So Hunter goes back into the room and basically gives Kyle a last chance to prove himself. Then back at the store, Sharon and I don't know what's his name. Is it Kareem? I think Sharon and Kareem are back at the store. Kareem is worried that the gangsters that are standing in front of the store might break in. They put some kind of, I don't know if it's like wood blocks or something, to basically cover the outside of the shop. Don't forget the glass was completely shattered by Barry, so he's very worried if he goes home that they're gonna basically run down the shop and clear everything out, and then his father's legacy or his family legacy is basically ruined. So he decides to stay and tells Sharon to go home, but Sharon says, no, I'm gonna stay and you can go, which I don't understand Sharon anyway. I think Sharon is that kind of woman. She needs love and would do anything to get that love, but she's also not really weak. She's kind of, for me, she's like weak in character. It's like she's a yes woman. I mean, she says yes to Barry for everything, even though he treats her bad. And now you have Kareem saying to her, listen, this is my father's shop, I'm gonna take care of it, go home. And she's like, no, I'm gonna stay there. Woman, you do know that there are gangsters trying to run into the store. I don't know what she was trying to pull, but both of them decided to stay in the shop and take care of it, and basically making sure until, probably the whole outside window is repaired, just to stay there overnight for shop, in the shop. I'm sure the next episode will also play the same scene in the shop, because those scenes are always dragged out. I mean, but that's typical Tyler Perry series. It's just like every two episodes is the same scene, same clothes, whatever. So now we have the mother, Nancy Halson. She was the one that really believed that his son killed Ruth. And I thought, oh my God, no, it was, Victorian Secret Service. But the funny thing is that she talked to her husband, and even her husband was, after that action that their son pulled out, he was, okay, darling, I really can't believe that Barry would do such a thing because he lost it. I thought everything was against Barry. He lost his daughter. Um, how he pronounces, I want my daughter. But I thought everything was against him, and he's completely innocent, and somebody's trying to, you know, put that on him, just like the president's daughter that basically lied of him coming onto her. So I thought it was repeating again. But when mothers have this deep instinct. So his mother went to visit him and talks to him and forces him to confirm that he killed Ruth. And Barry literally screams out, I killed Ruth. I'm not sure. In that moment, I wasn't sure. Like, maybe, oh my God, he really killed Ruth. How? When did he do it? Did he? I mean, think about it. He could come into the president's house. He found out that Ruth was having some affair with the president. Um, he knows the secret ways of the White House. Probably sneaked in, grabbed that sword, killed her. But why would he kill her without knowing where the daughter is? So that's where I'm kind of like, is he? We might see in the next episode him saying, "Is that what you want to hear? I didn't kill her. Really? I can't believe that you would really believe this." So I'm not really sure. Did he really kill her? Did he just say that, just to say it and get his mother out the way, and display that he would never do that in an ironical way? Yeah, that's something that I'm really looking forward to see. And also, Kyle and Donald are planning a takeover. I really believe Kyle and Donald are planning a takeover by controlling Hunter, but they don't know that Victoria's family is also behind Hunter and, Victoria himself. And Victoria said that there's a leak in the White House that is leaking everything. Well, I thought it was Kyle, but after Hunter talked to his son, Jason, I was like, Jason has the password. Jason knows the secret ways. Jason is the weird dude. I think Jason is making fun out of the situation. In comparison to his sister, he's not rebelling by just staying in bed and going out to see boyfriends, which was that's where they have to get Kyle. I mean, he just killed that young man out of nowhere, um, but I think Jason's the one that is leaking everything just to play with his mother, just to mess with her and have fun with his parents, because he's a little, twisted in the head. I wonder where that comes from. Why is Jason twisted in the head? Is it from his father, or is it maybe something happened in childhood? So yeah, guys, this is basically what happened in the last episode. See you in my next video. I will be decoding the one that is coming tonight. And thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment down below, and share. Thank you very much again. Bye bye.